So this, my friends, is the Chaser HP, and it's their high performance, and I haven't ridden the Chaser, but just looking at the specs, you can see it's significantly narrower, and it's made more for a foot size like myself, and probably a lighter weight guy than myself, and you can see my specs below. But it is a very unique, very interesting board that is just so surfy, and it really feels like the personality of that. It's that kind of personality that really likes on groomers a front foot heavy. You really got to weight a lot on your front foot, just like when you're surfing and you're bottom turning and you hit that, you lean and drive off that front foot to kind of, you know, build up some speed and start your first maneuver. But then in powder, it's super fun to be off that back foot and just get all that float. And as you can see, there's just a massive nose. I think there's like 5.1 millimeters, 5.1 centimeters, not millimeters, centimeters of taper between the nose and the tail. I think it's like 33 and like 27.9 on the tail. So it definitely comes down. And it's got, you know, like a few it's got 5 inserts on the back and 6 on the front. And they don't really want your feet like going much further outside this recommendation. It likes a narrow stance. It likes a very directional, very surfy style to it. And I think a lot of people who really come from like a surfing background might really appreciate this. But it's not just that like board for everybody. Some are going to love it, and others are going to have trouble understanding it initially. It's got a long learning curve. It took me a while to really kind of start feeling comfortable on it. But once I did, I was like, okay, I get it. But anyways, let's get to the camber profile. It's also, I love this wood top sheet. It's amazing. You can see it's got kind of just a mellow camber kind of underfoot that then transitions into some early rise. And as you press down, it rises up a little more. And you've just got a big ass nose and tail. So from there, we're going to kind of talk about some of the stance widths. We're geeking hard these days on all kinds of weird stuff. And so we're looking at the minimum stance width, you know, from the middle of the first insert pack on a traditional disc binding is 19, just about 19 and a quarter. And going all the way out, you're looking at just about 23 and a quarter. So there's a decent amount of stance width options. Now I want to talk about the width over the binding. A lot of people have requested that, so I'm starting to do that on every board I can get on the table now. And you're looking at, whoa, just about like 29.7. Yeah, just about 29.7 down to the edge. And then you're looking at just about 28.6, maybe 28.7. Then off the tail, it really comes in a bit. You're looking at just about 26.3. Let me make sure I'm doing that right. Yeah, I'd say about 26.3. And then you're looking at about 26.5, yeah, just about 26.5, maybe 26.6 off the tail. So that's, you know, so that's the width. Then, talking about setback on board, already did the math for you, but if we set the board all the way back, the stance width is 20.75. So if you have normal discs, and then with that set all the way back, the difference between the nose to the setback insert here and the tail to the furthest setback insert is 12 inches. And so the setback on board is 6, which is just massive. So it's, You know, setback on side cut's one thing. You know, the side cut kind of engages in this region, but the actual setback on board from the center of the board back is pretty massive. And this is just a great floater and powder. It's just so different and easy and effortless. Just whatever powder I had it in, I think it had 1.5 foot and it felt like it wasn't even trying. It could just keep going. And it makes me wonder what the, you know, the much wider chaser would be like. The thing just must be a super floater. So anyways, there you have it. With the, you know, the setback on board, you know, you combine that with the big old nose, the tiny tail, and the setback, and you know, it's pretty massive. And what happens is this base is just perfect, all black. One of the best bases. Gentem has one of the best bases in the business. They've just got glide to them. They carry they carry wax really well. They keep their speed really well. And then this is super easy to repair being all black. Just some, you know, some black P-Tex, you're good to go. So all in all, the Gentemstick Chaser High Performance is a very unique, very interesting board that I think would have a lot of appeal to people who come from a surfing background and you know, love that like front foot heavy kind of drivey, surfy style, narrow directional stance style turning on groomers, and then just want like really great float and powder. It's a great board if you're looking for a very unique daily driver.